Pull up. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? All right, y'all already know what it is. Y'all know what we got to do first. Y'all know what we got to do first. Straighten out that camera. And what else? Let's go ahead and hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Here we go. Y'all ready? That's right. Let's get the kinks out. Let's get the kinks out. Let's get those kinks out. Let's get them out. Let's get them out. Then we gotta shake it off. Do, 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 do. What's good, everybody? It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. I don't know if you up, but I am. Trying to wake somebody up. Take the phone in the room right now. Y'all ready? Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. What's good, everybody? Hope y'all having a fantastic evening, a good evening, because I know I sure am. What's good? Who we got up in the building so far? Real early. Christina, hey, everybody, how you doing? Mary L, what's good? Rebecca, good morning. Rebecca, where you from so we all know? Got some heat probably gonna be coming your way soon, so let us know where you from. We like to make sure that every time you chime in, you tell us where we're from so we can make sure that the content is gonna be reflective of where you guys are chiming in from. Again, it's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. I know I am. Why? Because we woke up this morning, right or wrong. Ain't have to wake up this morning, so it is what it is. Who else we got up in here? Where you from? Where you from? Look at you, looking all kinds of good. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yes, we did some Michigan stuff yesterday. We did Detroit. Definitely had some information coming out of there yesterday. So yeah, that's right, y'all. Stay tuned. Let me know where you're from so I can make sure that we get information from where you're from. This way we have a good dialogue. Also, stay in those comments. Please try to stay on content. I want to make sure that we have a good report today. Again, it's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. Welcome to the bottom line. We got a full clip. If it's 6 o'clock in the morning, it's time for the bottom line. Y'all already know what it is. What's good, everybody? Now, without any further ado, I'd like to get into our title because we have a pretty good one today. And without wasting anybody's time, I want to get to work. So let me get to work, y'all. So let's get into this. Let's go. What's our title today? Trump says Zelensky took money from the U.S. like candy from a baby. Do you guys believe that? Do you think that Zelensky just kept on coming over here, putting on the soft face, and then running with the lollipop? Let me know what you guys think. That's not my opinion. That's actually what Trump said in the meeting. We're going to go into that as well. What else we got here in our subcategories? We've got Iran has rejected a nuclear negotiation deal with the U.S.A. Seems like Zelensky was supposed to be negotiating a nuclear deal for us between Iran and Donald Trump. No success. As of yesterday, Iran said no deal. Whatever y'all want to do, it is what it is. So we're still on the verge of possibly having a little bit of fickle situations going on with them, but I'm sure we're going to work it out. As far as China, because at this last subcategory here we have is incorrect, I'd like to verbally put that one in right now. As far as China, guess what? China has now responded to the tariffs, and it looks as if we're going to probably be able to negotiate. As per the other day, we spoke and we said that it may not be possible to do negotiations with China. Why? Because they're very difficult to do negotiations with. But luckily, after the president said what he said, Pete Hegseth went on to the news, and next thing you know, they're talking about negotiating, which is a fantastic thing. Hope you guys are having a good, fantastic morning. We got Kendra Walker in the building. Good looking, Kendra. Yeah, I had to step it up from y'all. Come on, this is all for y'all right here. I have to make sure we good up in the building today. But again, we got to make sure that those people coming in here, they're not just, leeching and not getting us right on those likes up there. But I want to make sure I'm doing my job to earn them. So let's get into it. Without any further ado, I want you guys to know that there was an ICE operation yesterday where over 20 migrants were arrested in the Houston area at this business. The daughters were pretty peed off, trying to get content information from their agents. What's your name? What's your badge number? Let's get into that. I want you guys to see what we got going on today. Again, it's Monday. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Hope y'all not still wiping your eyes out like I was, but it is what it is. We made it another day. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get to work. Let's go. Let's go. Interesting topic that we have right here. Want to make sure we get all the coverage going right now, so let's get it.
People this week at a manufacturing company that was suspected of violating U.S. employment law.
The feds tell us they discovered big discrepancies during an audit. Fox 26's Jonathan Mejia is live in Spring for us with the latest on this operation. Jonathan.
A total of 20 undocumented immigrants were taken into custody for administrative immigration violations. Now, all 20 of those immigrants are currently at the Montgomery Processing Center.
Hey, excuse me, can we get you guys' name and badge numbers?
For me and my sisters, it's been hard. It's been confusing. We are shocked that this could happen. We understand, the laws that are in place, but you don't really know until it really happens to you or a loved one.
According to ICE Houston, on Monday, a worksite enforcement operation took place right over there, the Texas Couplings LLC in Spring. ICE suspected the company of violating employment law following the discovery of substantial discrepancies during an I-9 audit. 20 undocumented immigrants were arrested, and all 20 are being detained at the Montgomery Processing Center.
Does anybody know what an I-9 audit is? Does it have something to do with checking to see if the work employees actually match up to the checks and the balances? Because that's what we were talking about the other day, correct? We said that a lot of these owners, these business owners out here are really shaking their tambourines, and they're very peed off because their workers are being arrested. But my question to you, business owner, how much were you actually paying them? Were you paying them a decent wage? Did they have any health benefits? Or were you doing the same thing that everybody else does? It's, oh, they're a migrant. We don't have to pay them right, so let's just pay them under the table. That could be what the I-90 is about, huh? Let's get into it, you guys. What if you got anybody know anything about this document in which they're talking about that they check to see against the ledgers? Let me know what that is, because I have no knowledge of that, but I definitely would like to know. Christina said, well, she knew it was going to happen. Why are you shocked? Yeah, and she said it. I know that they were illegal in here, but when it happens to you, it's different. That's what she said. That's what she said, Christina. They understand the laws that are in place, but are shocked by the responses when they break them. Yeah. And then the next thing you know, we got sanctuary cities like ours that protect people. The sad part about this is they seem like it could have been someone that may have been able to get their legal residency had they went about it the right way. Kendra Walker said, sharp as fuck, as always. Y'all already know. Let's finish this story up. We got a lot to go.
Conroe.
My dad's older, and we're just concerned for his health and, where they're going to take him, like if he's going to be deported or not. So just the unknowns, it's scary.
For this Mexican family of 9, they had their father of 65 years old working at this company for 14 years. The family had been living here in Houston for almost 30 years. What is the immigration status of your dad?
He's undocumented, but he's not a criminal besides being undocumented.
See, and that's the confusion right there, where a lot of people will beat me up and they'll get angry at me because you can't put those two sentences together. It says he's undocumented, he's not a criminal, besides being undocumented. Undocumented, illegal immigrant, yeah, you're that's not criminal, but it's still illegal, and you're in the country illegally, which means that if they run across you, abuela in a sweep or whatever like that, abuelo, auntie, or uncle, this is going to happen. We talked about this we keep on having this story right here. This story right here just happens to be where the person is the father, who's the elderly person, and he's working here, and he got caught up in a sweep. All right, what we got down here? We got Batty Lynn. Good morning, Batty Lynn. Undocumented means illegal here. That's what Batty said. She said it means illegal. Kendra Walker said it's basically a form that makes sure employers are following protocols by hiring people. And that's the same thing that we talked about, right or wrong. Making sure you're following the right protocols, paying people the right way. And like things like this, the law, employee rights, All of this stuff that's basically on this labor poster that I have on my wall because we're a business as well. Totally understand what you're saying. You guys make a bunch of sense. Frank Vrooman, good morning, bro. Frank Vrooman, what's good? I think uncle is Theo. Theo, thank you, buddy. Theo in Spanish. Yeah, I appreciate that. And Pig Daddy said tough cookies, straight up and down, right or wrong. Get them the hell out of here.
ICE Houston says this is an ongoing investigation. As it is ongoing, they believe that this is a suspected violation of federal law. I'm reporting live here in Spring, Jonathan Mejia, Fox 26 News.
It is a violation of federal law because it's the law of the land where you got to come and document it. I always say this. Have you guys ever watched Border Wars before? When you see these people trying to go into places like Australia or UK, and they stop you right at the border. Where you going to work at? How long you plan on being here? Let me see your bank account. Oh, you only have $300. How you planning on being here? They're so hard with letting people inside of their country. It's just that the U.S. chooses to do things much different. And moving right along because we got a lot to cover, and I want to make sure that we stack this deck, keeping it on the same topic. We've got these good Samaritans that were murdered in California, and the police say that it was done by illegal migrants who committed these murders, and they have over 15 criminal cases. Check this out. So I'm not trying to say that her uncle or her dad was a criminal, but the other illegals, many of them are criminals, and we don't have any information where they came from. They came from an insane asylum, or if they just let them out of a jail, and now they wind up in our prison because of stuff that they're doing over here. So I want you guys to see this. This is what happens to one of our good Samaritans, and we're doing a follow-up on this story because if you remember, if you've been here for a while, it was about, I would say, maybe about 1 week ago, where a father ran out and tried to prevent 2 people from taking his catalytic converter. And as he went out to try to get them to stop, his neighbor's catalytic converter, they shot him. And this is basically the follow-up because these are the 2 people that they caught. And if you've been here for a while, this is the follow-up on that story, guys. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. These 2 guys right here are the ones that committed that crime with the catalytic converter. Here we go.
Stay in Inglewood, California right now as 2 murder suspects accused of killing a good Samaritan in Los Angeles County, California, were in the country illegally and do have lengthy criminal records. That is according to information that was obtained by Fox News. Juan Miguel Sanchez was killed February 25th in the LA suburb of Inglewood as he attempted to stop 2 men from stealing his neighbor's catalytic converter. The murder caught on surveillance camera that appeared to be from a nearby home. That is the victim right there on your screen. Now, the suspects, which were seen, police say in that surveillance video, those are the mugshots there, were identified by Inglewood police as Wilbur Alberto Rabinales and Jose Christian Saravia Sanchez, the 2 arrested by police Thursday. Police telling Fox News that Rabinales, a Guatemalan national, was arrested at least 15 times in the last few years in the country, predominantly on gun charges.
He's from LA. LA is a what? Sanctuary city. 15 times, right? Could have been out, could have been in jail, committed a crime. Now someone's lost their loved one because of these 2 monsters. Let's keep it going, y'all.
Grand theft, burglary, and drug charges. He does have multiple grand theft arrests, mostly for stealing catalytic converters, and past charges for multiple DUIs, conspiracy, felon in possession of a gun, possession of burglary tools, possession of meth, possession of stolen property, and felony hit and run during a police pursuit.
Now, he said over 15 charges there, on top of that illegal immigrant, and guess what? Kept on getting arrested and getting let out. Do me a favor, you guys, if you appreciate the content, double tap the screen, put those likes up. What we got over here? I know you guys have a lot to say about this because it's the backstory of what we've already saw last week. Frank Vrooman says, I'm not sure about old Poppy in the last story, but these guys gotta go. There you go. That's the same thing I said, Frank. The same thing that I said, bro. Same thing. Christina, good gosh, that's BS. He shouldn't have even been here. Yeah. Yeah, shouldn't have. Paul South said, what else we got? We got Rena, oh my God, shaking my head. President Trump. Christina Shelton said, so sad if there wasn't here, he'd still be here. Exactly. Or how about if they were in prison or locked up, or they would have been handed over to ICE instead? Or somebody would have called Tom Homan and Homeland Security and said, come get these guys because we have them. Or this guy, because he's already committed over 15 crimes before this one. They said before this, he's done 15 crimes, as well as gun possession and a slew of other stuff.
Fox News also reporting Sanchez has been arrested at least a dozen times, mostly for grand theft, gun charges, drugs, burglary, kidnapping, possession of meth, and burglary tools. Fox has reached out to ICE, of course, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, for any additional information as details are kind of coming in. Now, the victim was shot in the chest after confronting the suspects while they were allegedly attempting to steal the catalytic converter. Again, you'll see that surveillance photo right there on your screen. Police say the suspects escaped in a car, later arrested at a motel about 15 miles east of Inglewood. The victim's sister said he would have turned 49 on April 4th. She said, quote, "You took a big part of our heart." That was in an interview with Fox 11 LA. And we're told the victim had left for work before 4 a.m. that morning because he wanted to get an early start at his job, where he had just been promoted while working to clean up after the Palisades fire. His sister adding, quote, "He was a big man of faith, never missed Mass on Sunday. He volunteered Sunday mornings at church, and he was the sole provider for his family. Now he's gone, leaving my sister-in-law and 2 sons." The family telling Fox 11 the victim had told his wife that she should leave her job while she underwent chemotherapy.
Turn your ideas into video.
I mean, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, this is a hard-working person right here, going through a lot, worked his way up, was about to go help clean the Palisades fires, and something like this happens to him. These people should have not even been out of the jail, y'all. I know, I'm going back to the comments. Like, I'm going back to the comments. This is crazy. So sad to lose such a wonderful person, Marielle said. Rena Love said, I haven't heard anything about the borders lately. No, because there's only like one attempt now, and they're catching everybody. Christina said, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all already know. Just looking out. Yeah, for real now. For real. This is some crazy information right here, but it's the follow-up story that we had to, you know, the other day, all we had was, oh, someone got shot because we saw on the video that they were trying to steal a catalytic converter. Now we know the other side of the story, and it's bad. We spoke about other things as well, as far as like tariffs and what's the possibilities of what's going to happen to us, the ramifications of Donald Trump imposing tariffs on Canada and all of these other countries, right? And now we're finally feeling the bite. It's about to come now, guys. They said right before Memorial Day, it should be in the supermarkets where we're going to see those reflective prices, but they're going to start going up, right? But also, Canada has already started it. As soon as he put the tariffs in, they felt a certain type of way. You know, they feel some type of way, felt some type of way about it. So what they did was, a lot of stores, liquor stores, supermarkets have started to pull American products off of their shelves. Watch this. I want you guys to see what's going on in Canada. And yeah, prices are going to start to go up on every single thing that we purchase. Check this out.
Not directed at the American people so much as the American president.
There is no end to the tariff war with Canada. President Trump is now taking aim at dairy and lumber imports, but Canada is fighting back. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is in the capital of Ottawa tonight with the latest on the tumultuous trade war. Ed.
Tarika, those latest threats add to just mounting anger across this country, not directed at the American people so much as the American president.
With boos and boycotts, Canadians are voicing their displeasure with President Trump. They're not amused by his punishing tariffs or aggressive taunts.
So I think Canada is going to be a very serious contender to be our 51st state.
Not a snowball's chance in hell.
In grocery stores, many Canadian consumers have become patriotic patrons.
I decided not to buy a couple of products in there today because they were from the U.S.
At liquor stores, too. Anything American is cleared out. It's a big shift for a country that bought almost $350 billion in U.S. goods last year. The U.S. is also the top travel destination for Canadians, with 20.4 million visits in 2024 for work or vacation. And some may be offloading their vacation homes.
I love going to the U.S. I spend a lot of time there.
But now you're curtailing that.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
All in direct response to what President Trump is up to.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Starting Monday, the Premier of Ontario is moving ahead with his own tariffs on electricity sold to millions of Americans south of the border.
It's an economic war, and that he's declared on his closest friends. And for what reason?
There's change even in cafes. The owner of this Toronto spot joined the trend-sweeping coffee shops in Canada, renaming Americanos to Canadianos.
All right, y'all. I know y'all was going to get into it. I wanted to make sure we talked about these tariffs. I'm telling you when it's happening. What do you guys think? What's going on? We got, yeah, here we go. Rena Love said, here we go. It's about to start. Christina said, they done bought it. How is that hurting us at the moment? Also, they charge us, so why can't we charge them? Yeah, they've bought it, but now they've got to sell it, and they're not gonna push it. Like, let's say, for instance, that Grey Goose that you saw them taking off the counter, right, off the shelves. If I'm an alcohol supplier, they're not gonna buy any more of my alcohol, and whatever was on the shelf, they took it off the shelf, put it in a box, and now it's in the back in the stock room. So I'm not making any money off of these guys. So that's the way that they're retaliating. Now it's gonna hurt the businesses and like different and anything that has to do with United States products coming over there. When you're off the shelf, you're off the shelf. That's where it's gonna hurt at. What else you got over here? We got Paul South said, we need non-sanctuary cities, America. Paul South said, thumbs up. And then we also got Frank Ruman said, Pig Daddy, thumbs up. Christina said, for real, Pig Daddy. What you say, Pig Daddy? You must be saying something up here. Families need to start class action suits against these sanctuary cities and states. You know what, Pig Daddy, you're right. Welcome to the platform, too. Hopefully you become a member and you stay around because it seems like a lot of people like you, buddy. Welcome to the platform, Big Daddy. Welcome to the platform. Welcome to the platform. Let's keep on going because we got more to go.
In a land where hockey is king, they're dropping the gloves. On Saturday Night Live, Mike Myers mouthing the words elbows up twice. Even the actor in a classic Canadian beer commercial prized his role as Joe Kenner.
We are not the 51st anything!
But for Canadians, it's no joke.
The excuse that he's giving for these Paris tariffs today of fentanyl is completely bogus. What he wants is to see a total collapse of the Canadian economy, because that'll make it easier to annex us.
Ed O'Keefe joining us live now in Ottawa. Ed, tomorrow we know that Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, his time ends there. Who next is the President of the United States expected to deal with?
Yeah, so remember Trudeau announced in January he'd be stepping down after nearly a decade, and tomorrow members of his party are getting together to name a successor who then picks up this tariff fight. The leading contender is a guy named Mark Carney, an economist.
All right, you guys, that's for all my Canada people right there. Wanted to make sure that we covered you. We have a lot of people that we have in the comments as well as subscribers that are from Canada. So we had to make sure we got y'all taken care of. Not only that, but it was a good story, well informative, and it's gonna directly involve us. We're gonna start feeling that any products coming from Canada, any parts coming from Canada, imported from Canada, it's about to be real. And again, like I said, they're not selling our stuff. Whatever we had, they put it in the stock room. So now businesses like myself, we could just forget about trying to ship anything to Canada. That's a wrap already. Well, we got Abject Mage. Canada should just join the U.S. They already said that they're not interested. Mr. Good Citizen, good morning, brother, good morning. Wouldn't know the U.S. isn't a democracy. Okay, well, now we got to get into which is what our title is, because Vladimir Zelensky, Trump is basically saying that he's been taking money from the United States like candy from a baby. Do you guys agree? Do you think that we've been giving them a lot of money? One thing that I have to say is right now, in our current financial state, I don't think we got it. You know how somebody come up to you when you don't got that much in your pocket and you're like, yo, can I borrow something? And you're like, yo, I ain't got it, bro. And you really mean it, like I don't got it? Because again, we would have to borrow from someone to give it to you. And then there's interest on that. We're already spending too much money on our own interest rates and our own deficit. So at this point, I would say that, you know, pushing back and not giving them the monetary and making the EU step in and all of the other foreign countries that are closer to them kick in, I think that was a good tactic. And, you know, I would like to give them something, but if we ain't got it, how we gonna help you? Again, back to the same reference. When you're on the airplane, they say when your mask drops down, put the mask on your face and then you take care of the person next to you. Because if you worry about the person next to you, when you don't have your mask on, you're gonna mess around and die worrying about somebody else. Sorry to say it like that, but it is what it is. But I want you guys to see the most recent interview where President Trump spoke about Vladimir Zelensky. Want to know what you guys think about this topic. Floating bus, if you're desperate, you get a loan. Yeah, Miguel, let's borrow it from Trump. Do me a favor, you guys, if you appreciate the content, we got 178 people in the building. You guys have been here for a while. If you appreciate the content, do me a favor. Double tap that screen so we can get more people in here that know what we're doing today. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, but we getting it. I want you guys to see what President Trump has to say about Vladimir Zelensky and Ukraine. Let's go, y'all. Again, hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. I know I am. Why? Because I woke up this morning. Real talk, real talk, real talk. All right, y'all, here we go. Let's go.
Let me go back to what happened in the Oval Office the other day. I call it a smackdown of Zelensky. It looked really rough, but then again, at the end of the day, you may have your deal back. So is that all the art of the deal? What specifically ticked you off?
Well, you know, he was able to, it was like taking candy from a baby, what he did. He's a smart guy, and he's a tough guy. And he took money out of this country under Biden like candy from a baby. It was so easy, with that same attitude. And I just don't think he's grateful. We gave him, in my opinion, $350 billion. Europe is in for $100 billion. We gave him $350 billion, and he's talking about the fact that they have fought, and there's a bravery because somebody has to use the weapons. But without those weapons, don't forget, I was the one that gave him the javelins that was able to knock down all the tanks.
True story. And what does he always say? Obama gave him sheets. Again, you guys, we need to let more people know we got this exclusive content right now. As you can see, that does say exclusive. And if you appreciate the content, we have enough people to get those likes up to at least about 80. I would appreciate that. So we're going to hold up a little bit. We're going to read some comments to go ahead and get those likes up. Let's get those likes up, you guys. We got about 168 people in the building, and we got 26 likes. We can't let that rock. So let's go ahead and read some comments here. I don't always give you a like, bro. Oh, you don't have to. That's no problem. So what you here for? Kendra Walker, come on, y'all. Double tap that screen, please. Yeah, so what you here for, bro? Huh? Let me help you. Bam! Out of here. You don't have to come back. It's I don't GAF. So y'all, just so y'all know, it's IDGAF. He doesn't appreciate the content, and he says he doesn't always give me a like. So my question is, what you here that long for? If you're here longer than 5 minutes, you must like what you're here for, right? It's crazy, I know. And we're going to get a lot of people that leave, but it's all good. Don't worry about it. Russia's aggression was provoked. We got Mary L. They didn't give $350 billion, but it was to their friends, took from citizens, taxpayers like candy from a baby. Yep, there you go. Christina said, sir, smoke lot, you're smoking too damn much. Oh, sir, smoke a lot, you're smoking too damn much. Pig Daddy, let Russia have at it. Not our monkeys, not our circus. Real talk, it's not our problem. So it's really closer to them, like he said.
Obama gave nothing. Look, if I were president, that would have never happened. You wouldn't have had Russia going into Ukraine. You wouldn't have had the whole situation with Hamas and October 7th would have never happened because Iran was broke. They had no money. They weren't giving it to Hamas or Hezbollah or anybody else. You would have never had the worst evacuation anyone's ever seen, which is Afghanistan, which was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country. And you know what else you wouldn't have had inflation. We had record-setting inflation under Biden. It was a killer. And it's one of the reasons I won the election.
But you may get it again with these tariffs, right? I mean, one CEO said to me, my input costs have already started to go up. I'm going to have to raise prices.
In the meantime, guess what? Interest rates are down for the last 3-4 days at good levels. I mean, you know, when you add interest rates, you're talking about it's gone down. I've been saying, let's get interest rates down. You know, nobody ever gets rich when the interest rates are high because people can't borrow money. Interest rates are going down. You know what else is going down? What have I been trying to get down? Energy. Energy's going down. I'd love to see energy go down. You know, energy is really what caused it. They screwed up my energy. I had the most energy, and they screwed it up. Then they went back to it. It was going through the roof. They went back to some drilling, but it was gone. It was hopeless. It was lost. But energy's gone down, and interest rates have gone up over the last week. That's a big thing. I love that.
Do you expect Zelensky to come back? Do you expect to do that rare earth minerals deal?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll happen.
Are you sure there's the content that you think there is there? Because some people were questioning if, in fact, there is the, you know, the titanium and the lithium, all those battery, the rare earth minerals. Do you think it is rich with those things?
I do. I mean, I've had it checked.
Okay.
So yeah, smart. He had it checked. Come on, you think somebody's stupid? You think he's stupid to not make sure, hey, go over there and make sure that those minerals are over there before we even do this deal. Y'all know what it is. We're not talking about a stupid president right here. What else we got? We got Brand that said, Uncle. Okay, Brand, goodbye, Brand. Bang! Brand is trolling and he's out of here. You see how that go, y'all? That quick? That's how fast it goes. Floating bus, seriously, if you can continue to get free money from the bank, how much would you take? Would you end the war? Money, if the money stops. You're right about that, floating bus. What else we got here? We got, yeah, because Brand had to get up out of here trying to troll like that, not knowing what the deal was. Miguel, Mr. Good Citizen said, Zelensky's approach to Trump was about as dumb as you could have acted. I would have to say. Then he wants to go back and forth and had the nerve to say, well, when it gets to you guys, then you're going to feel it. You don't talk to somebody like that you're asking for money. You try to be respectful. You don't try to intimidate them because you had the nerve to be trying to get money from them, but you're trying to intimidate them too. He's stupid. He's dumb as he must have had rocks in his head doing that. He must have really had rocks in his head because I don't know what he was thinking.
Screwed it up. Then they went back to it. It was going through the roof. They went back to some drilling, but it was gone. It was hopeless. It was lost. But energy's gone down and interest rates have gone up over the last week. That's a big thing. I love that.
Do you expect Zelensky to come back? Do you expect to do that rare earth minerals deal?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll happen.
Are you sure there's the content that you think there is there? Because some people were questioning if, in fact, there is the, you know, the titanium and the lithium, all those battery, the rare earth minerals. Do you think it is rich with those things?
Well, I do.
Let me ask you guys, have you seen this anywhere else? If not, do me a favor, double tap that screen. Y'all see the little 3 buttons right there? Hit that, hit the like button so everybody know what we got going on here. I know you guys don't like giving likes, but we got about 100 and something people here. Of course, people are gonna leave, but that's fine. Because how do we take that, guys? As that breath of fresh air, and we get rid of those people, and then we hit them with another banger because we just started the show. And y'all know that we got more in the clip, right? Again, all the love going up on the right-hand side, all of the hearts, all driven right back to me, to you. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you show to me bounces off me and sticks to you. So all that love going directly back to you guys. Appreciate the, you know, the compliments on the outfit too. But just so you know, I do it all for you. So only thing I ask you guys to do is, because I'm up at 6, knocking them out. Let's go ahead and get those likes up so more people know. We got too many people in the building to not let them know what we're doing. And I appreciate you guys for that. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
I mean, I've had it checked.
Okay.
It's very valuable. But with all that being said, Biden should have never put up $350 billion. He should have equalized with Europe. All he had to do is say, you got to stay even with us. They're in for 100. We're in for 350. How does that, and we have an ocean in between us, right? We're not in the danger that they are. They are in much greater danger, if you call it danger. He should have never done that. You know the other thing with Europe that bothers me? They've given Russia more money by far for buying their oil than they put into Ukraine. So they're paying all this money to Russia, and we're in there for $350 billion. Biden should have never done that.
I spoke with the president of Poland the other day. President Duda has great respect for you. And I said to him, what if the U.S. walks away and stays away? Here's what he said. Without the United States, do you believe that Europe is capable of offering meaningful security to Ukraine?
I would like to believe it, but experience to date shows that this has not been the case. The entire history so far of the last 3 years of the war shows that without American support, Ukraine will not survive.
Are you comfortable with that? The fact that you walked away and Ukraine may not survive?
Well, it may not survive anyway, but, we have some weaknesses with Russia. It takes two. Look, it was not going to happen, that war, and it happened. So now we're stuck with this mess. Think of what he stuck me with. Open borders where we have 21 million people came into our country, many of whom should not be here. Many are criminals. Many are criminals. Many murderers, drug dealers, drug lords. We got that. We have the whole mess with Israel on October 7th. We have all of the ramifications from the worst and dumbest withdrawal in history.
Both Ukraine and Israel were both attacked by aggressors. Is America treating both countries similarly? Are they treating the aggressors similarly?
I think so. Look,
are you favoring one over the other?
They're very different places, okay? Very, very different. You're talking about different levels of power. You're talking about different parts of the world. The Middle East has been under attack forever. It's been, when wasn't it under attack? And then we came along and did the Abraham Accords, which was unheard of.
All right, y'all, I want to get to the comments. See what my people talking about. What's going on, y'all? Kendra Walker said, I'm originally from New York, and I have a lot of kin and I have a lot of kin and still live there too. Biggest Dickus said, why does he keep inflating the amount of money sent to Ukraine? I don't know, guys. Tell me how much he sent over there. Floating bus. At the same time, I can understand Zelensky wants his land back at some point. You've got to negotiate. That may be the reason for the emotional response. Kendra Walker said, most certainly the best morning content. Kwamel Hicks said, top of the morning, big bro. Kwamel, good morning, y'all. Y'all appreciate the content. Double tap that screen. We got to keep on going because actually, believe it or not, the strategy is working for China. It wasn't working for a lot of other people, but the tariffs are finally working for China. We're going to get a little bit more of this, but we got to move on. This is exclusive right here. Hope you guys like the content. If you do, go ahead and give your brother a like. I'm not asking for no coffee. I don't want no money. All I ask you guys is to go ahead and get some snaps on the likes. Because we got about 160 something people in the building and we only got 34 likes. So if you appreciate the content, go ahead and double tap that screen or hit that like button to let's send that up to at least about 80 likes right there. Let's go ahead and get that up, y'all. Let's go.
Have you been as tough on Russia as you've been on Hamas? I mean, what do you want to say to
Well, I've been much tougher because I haven't done to Hamas. That's been Israel that has to do to Hamas. But Israel does tell me what's going on. I think I've been very tough to Russia. Tougher than anybody's ever been to Russia, if you think about it. First of all, we had the Russia hoax, which was a very bad thing. Could have led to a war. And that was started by Schiff and all these lowlifes.
I know.
They're total lowlifes. And it was a fake deal, the 51 intelligence agencies. I took all their passes away. They can't participate anymore. These guys know it came from Hunter Biden's laptop from hell, which came from his bathroom and or his bedroom, okay? Not a pretty sight.
Yeah, I gotta keep on going. Y'all not just gonna keep on reaping just this content because we got a whole show. We got much more in the clip. Let's get to it. We're gonna keep on moving forward because guess what? Like I said to you, I'm happy about what I heard when I heard that Pete Hegseth was able to actually get us a negotiating deal with China of all people, after Trump was saying what he says, you know, he kind of rattles up the leaders when he says certain things like hell to pay and certain things. Sometimes if you just talk to people without making those statements, some things will work because they don't want to be looked at as if they're backing down. Men don't like to back down. They don't like to look like you're talking over them or intimidating us. So when you say stuff like, oh, hell is going to break loose, even if you know that you're going to lose, 9 times out of 10, a lot of men will say, let me at them, I'll splat them. And they'll put their hands up anyway. So luckily, Pete Hegseth was able to get a different response from China than our President Trump currently did. So I want you guys to see right here what we're actually getting a good response from China right now when it comes down to the strategies that were implemented by Trump.
For more on this situation, let's bring in Michael Pillsbury. He's Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow for China Strategy, also a Fox News contributor. Michael, how do you evaluate what the Chinese are saying here? Is this just more saber rattling for them, or is this taking it to a new level?
It's taking it to a new level, but after Pete Hegseth went on Fox and Friends and said, we're ready, we're not looking for war, but we're ready, something very good news for President Trump happened. The Chinese foreign minister took it back the next day. This is Friday. That's really good news. The Chinese don't often do that. They're often quite arrogant and proud of what they say. But this is, to me, this is very striking that 2 days later, to have the foreign minister have about a 60-minute press conference repeating over and over how he wants to cooperate with the United States. We have to have peaceful coexistence. And that's not all. There was another Chinese concession and really quite striking. Their commerce minister has said they're willing to start trade talks with Mr. Trump. Now that took 1 year, John, in the first term to get that far. We're only like a month and a half into office and the Chinese are already agreeing to come to the talks.
That's what I wanted you guys to see, because I've never, ever, ever seen them want to negotiate with us. It's a good thing, you guys, and I'm not going off of Pete Hegseth. I'm not going off of Donald Trump. I'm gonna go off of somebody that you also probably don't like, Mr. Wonderful from the Shark Tank, because he's the one that let me know. He's a businessman. He said every time I've been trying to do business with China for years, they've been allegedly stealing trade secrets. They've been adding on so much more money when it comes down to tariffs and trade. So more than one person, more than one source, we have heard that China is very difficult to do business with, especially when it comes down to trade. Let's get in these comments, y'all. What y'all got going on this morning? Kendra Walker said, can we get at least 80 likes? Nah, it's a rough morning. They ain't liking the content. It's all good. I'm going to keep on working. Pig Daddy, just a suggestion, brother. You should tap into things happening around the Second Amendment. A lot of big things happening that could benefit from a broader audience. Hey, I definitely would do that. Thanks for the suggestion. I definitely do that. Mr. Good Citizen, and unfortunately, Chinese kids' policies have led to an aging population without replacements. Okay. Kendra Walker said you're welcome. What else we got here? We got Sip Some Suge, Avery P. Good morning. Yeah, I had to get him up out of here, Suge. Had to get him up out of here. Mr. Good Citizen said, biggest, regardless of the amount and ones, it's much since it's not our problem. Okay. Floating Bus. Okay, subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate that. Floating Bus. What else we got? Mr. Pickles. We got biggest again. This is not exclusive at all. I don't appreciate the spread of lies. We sent 119 billion, but only around 98 has made it. This is not in cash. This is old mill equipment that we upgraded ours. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Everybody has read. Everybody has heard your comment on this platform. So at least you got that out there. At least you got that off, right? But yes. This is what's going on with China. We've already been updated. And I said that I'm really happy. Again, I'm very happy that they're willing to negotiate. Before they were talking about going to war. We're willing to do everything y'all want to do. That's not the way that you negotiate. You negotiate this way. And salute to China. Appreciate you guys being interested in negotiating. And now we hope it actually works. But we got to keep it going because we got a whole bunch of content. I don't know if y'all know that yesterday, the Secret Service and somebody in front of the White House. Somebody was in front of the White House trying to gain access or whatever, and he had a gun on him. They got him up out of here. And I don't know exactly what happened to him, because believe it or not, they're not telling us what happened to him. They definitely saying that he got pow, but they're definitely not saying what happened to him and where he is. They're not telling us that part.
The U.S. Secret Service says one of its agents shot an armed man near the White House late on Saturday night. This is the live scene in Washington, D.C. No one else was hurt, and President Trump was not in the building at the time. He was spending the weekend at Mar-a-Lago in Florida. We have had a statement from the Secret Service. It says that an adult male was shot by Secret Service personnel following an armed confrontation with law enforcement in Washington.
Now, what I want to tell you guys about is this. This fool had posted on the internet that he was going to the White House to pow somebody. Guess what? Secret Service was waiting for him. They had the description and everything. Yeah, they got him. And that's probably another reason why they're not telling us what happened. We don't know if his life is over, but they're not telling us. So I'm giving you as much information as I know.
President Trump was not in the building at the time. He was spending the weekend at Mar-a-Lago in Florida. We have had a statement from the Secret Service. It says that an adult male was shot by Secret Service personnel following an armed confrontation with law enforcement in Washington, D.C. Earlier on Sunday, it says local police shared information about a suicidal individual who may be travelling to Washington from Indiana. Around midnight, members of the Secret Service encountered the individual's parked vehicle near 17th and F Street Northwest, that's close to the White House. They also saw an individual on foot, matching the description nearby. As officers approached, the individual brandished a firearm and an armed confrontation ensued, during which shots were fired by our personnel. The suspect was transported to an area hospital and his conditions unknown. There were no reported injuries to Secret Service personnel. These are pictures from the scene of the incident around the intersection at 17th and F Street. They were filmed on Sunday morning, several hours after that shooting happened. It seems all traces of the incident have now gone.
Yeah, so that was Saturday night that this happened. That photo, that video they're showing right there is basically like, you know, what the feel is and the sentiment is around the White House right now. Some lone gunman or whatever already said what he wanted to do, decided to get in the car, drive from Indiana. They called him in front of the White House, pow, and got rid of him. Kendra Walker said he didn't. Frank Ruman said, I was watching this cat yesterday. JLR investigate. He was showing the dude's pictures and everything. Okay, there you go. Kendra Walker, he didn't really want any smoke or he would have moved in silence. Okay. Pig Daddy, damn it. Nada Hoosier, no. Mr. Pickles, and sick of people trying to destroy my Second Amendment rights. Okay. Well, we got Mac Main, blows my mind. What else we got? We got Mr. Pickles again. There are far better ways to go than waking up to a house, walking up to a house with a gun. Yeah, because some people are saying that was like he wanted them to pow. They're saying that he wanted them to. Moving right along, yo, because guess what? We talked about Iran and them not wanting to negotiate, right? Now, the supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, he rejects the talks with the U.S. over the nuclear deal. And this is like the most updated information that I have on this. It's about 5 hours old. So yeah, since we've already been talking about Iran and what's going on, I figured that we should have some information on what the talks are like. So check this out. They've already rejected the talks with the U.S.
Live look here at the...
Oh, and believe it or not, Vladimir Putin was supposed to be the one that was negotiating between Iran and Trump. That's what they wanted to negotiate, but it didn't work. This is where we're at with that right now.
White House, as Iran's supreme leader, has now rejected President Trump's demand for talks relating to a nuclear deal. Now, we know that a letter was sent days ago. We hadn't heard any response from Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, but now we learn from his office that he is not willing to speak with President Trump over that nuclear deal. Still, a lot left to figure out here as we wait for President Trump's response to that response. We also know that Israel is going to send a negotiating team to Qatar tomorrow to continue efforts to extend the ceasefire hostage deal over in Gaza.
We definitely need to know about that because we need to know what's going on with our hostages. I believe that there are 6 that are still alive and there were 5 that they're going to have to hand over that are no longer with us. God bless the dead when it comes down to that situation. Hopefully we do get all of the hostages back. Israel and Hamas wars over soon. It just seems like a lot of stuff going on out here. Wars, drama, tariffs, bills. It's pretty crazy out here right now. So everybody, I need y'all to hunker down because this is something that I think that is educating us. I also didn't know a lot about tariffs before I started the show. Didn't know that much about, politics. So I'm learning as well. I found a clip yesterday that's about 2 minutes long. Very informative when it comes down to what's going on right now economically. And it made me understand where we're at financially and where we're really at when it comes down to the deficit and how much money we have to pay. I want you guys to get educated on this, whoever doesn't exactly know what's going on and why all the cuts are supposed to be happening, why we have Doge and Elon Musk now working to try to cut spending. These are the reasons right here. I want you to check this out right here because I love going to this one platform right here. It seems like every time I watch one of these clips, I mess around and watch the whole thing and I have to stop myself because I don't want to be jacking anyone's content like that. But I have to be honest with you, it's very informative and it taught me a lot. Just need 2 minutes of you guys' time. Check this out. Some information that if anybody doesn't know about our economy right now, how much we're spending and what's going on, it's a perfect time to find out right here.
House Republicans have submitted a 6-month stopgap.
Sorry about that. This one right here. This one here.
Is there a winner here? When it comes to these tariffs, can you pick out a winner and an industry that might be winning here?
Yeah, not that I know. Stuart, I haven't really thought about it that way. But no, look, I'm a free market economist. I've never really liked tariffs. I love the Trump agenda of reducing the size of government, reducing regulations. I do, and I get going after immigration and fentanyl and using tariffs as a negotiating tool. I totally get that. But it is one thing that worries me. But let me just step back 1 second, Stuart. We have lived in the ever since 2008, we've lived with this stimulus economy.
Right here.
The Fed is printing money, the government is handing out money, and what that does is it takes money from people who are more likely to save and invest, and it gives it to people that are more likely to consume. And so what's happened since 2007, consumption is up 60%, and production is only up 10. So if you're consuming more than you're producing, where do you get it? Well, you import it. And what's happened is our trade deficit has gone from $40 billion a month, which was already too high, to now $100 billion a month, over $1 trillion a year. And I think part of this push for tariffs is coming because of the way we have managed our economy. And I think the way you fix it isn't necessarily punishing other producers. We need to cut taxes on corporations, cut regulations, and start producing more here. And I think that's what we really should be focusing on. But I get it that there's...
So this gave me an understanding of where we're at right now. And think about it. If you got that much bills, you got Ukraine asking you for money, you got these people asking you for money, we got sanctuary cities, we got migrants, we got all of this stuff going on. Now we can really say it. I ain't got it. Yo, bro, I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can look up in the numbers right there. We ain't got no super chats. Pockets is touching. Real is real and the facts are fact. I'll be damned if my stomach ain't in my back. That's how we got to be starting to treat people right now. Because if we can't eat first, how are we going to take care of somebody else? Just don't understand it, y'all. And this was the perfect explanation for me. All right, guys, let me see what y'all got for me down here. Rebecca Lanyen said, makes total sense. Danny Salt said, who put Jeffrey in a suit? Okay, let's keep on going. What we got? We got Jamal Clayton. That's because after January 6th, the Iranian leaders said this, Only a fool brings shame to the country they find no honor in. Trump. And I agree, we have to educate ourselves on national economic issues. Yep, Jamal, smart comment, brother. Smart comment. Michael K. Boston, good morning from Boston. What's up, Boston in the building? King Harris, I just want to be able to buy a house for crying out loud. You and us too, man. You and us too, King. You and us too. Lard asses. And then you got Stack Main said, like when a bunch of middle-aged white larasses tried to bum rush the same building. Danny Suit said, love your stuff, bro. Thank you, guys. If you like the content, we just started. We got much more to go. And that was education for me. If I didn't understand, I need to know what's going on. But, man, if we owe that much money, we ain't got it. We do not have it. We be out here fronting like we got it, acting like we got money, dead broke, don't have nothing. The majority of people, you know what we should be? We need to start going to looking to try to get movie roles. All of us. Because we some of the best actors in the world acting like we all right out here. Yeah, acting like we all right. Acting like we doing good. We are really good at acting. And I got to commend us. Because if it wasn't for how we act, we probably be done ran up in something, pow, and try to go crazy. So I got to commend everybody. Because I know it's rough and it's real out here. But you are some damn good actors. I got to be honest with y'all right now. I gotta really be honest with you. Okay, now we gotta go ahead and talk about Alfred, because again, we go all the way around the world. We find things that's going on and we bring it to the bottom line, because other places may not be promoting it and putting it out there, but that's what we do. This is Typhoon Alfred. I had never even known that this thing was in existence. Cyclone Alfred that moved inland. Yes, y'all, we going to Australia real quick because we got some cool Aussies that show us love. Go ahead and get those likes up, you guys. I appreciate you. You appreciate me. We've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning. We getting it in. Let's go. Now, let's see what's going on with ex-tropical cyclone Alfred as it moves inland. And it's still moving, y'all. This is only about 10 hours old.
Begin with these dangerous weather alerts, new ones this morning in southeast Queensland. Ex-tropical cyclone Alfred is continuing to drench the southeastern part of the state, bringing flash flooding to Brisbane and the Gold Coast, as well as parts of the Sunshine Coast north of Brisbane. About 200,000 homes across Brisbane, Moreton Bay and the Gold Coast still remain without power this morning. Motorists have been rescued from floodwaters in Logan and parts of the Gold Coast. The Queensland Premier pleading with locals to follow the warnings.
It's culminated again in that flash creek flooding that we've been speaking about over the last few days. But we've seen, in places like Carindale and Oxley, Stones Corner, there's been some significant rainfall in the last few hours, north of 100 millimetres. And look, our message remains as the last of this system runs through, and that is, please look at those maps and know your situation.
That's basically all they can tell you. Look at the maps, know your situation. And at this point, when it's water, you have to move at the pace of what's happening. Because somebody telling you to stay in place, you don't stay in place when you see water rushing in. Typhoon, that's right, y'all, in Australia. Didn't even know nothing about that. Pretty crazy, ain't it? Andrea Marie said, I'm broke as a joke. Yeah, I already know. We ain't got no bread over here, but we just good-ass actors, right? Rena Love said, we need that 5,000 stimulus check. I know we do, but guess what? Frank Vrooman said, I'm so broke, I can't pay attention. Yeah, man. Double tap that screen and subscribe. That's why I don't ask y'all for money. I'm not going to front. I've seen some real good con men on here. They be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And then it always comes to, buy my book, blah, 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 blah. Buy this. Y'all are too smart for that. I already been called grifter so much in here, I can't even give stuff away. So I don't try to ask y'all for no bread. That's why we always got the zero on the low when it come down to the bread. We don't get too much tips over here. But I do try to get some love on them likes because it's free. It doesn't cost much. And we do always have enough people to get those likes up and make an impression on the internet and let people know that we're here. I don't ask for likes to make me, for me. I do it to try to get the show much more demo and to get more people over here to get more eyes, of course, and that helps. A lot of people give mad pushback, but a lot of people are here, 145, 200 something people, but they don't most of the time the ends justify the means. A lot of times it doesn't. I don't like to complain about it because as soon as I go to the comments, bro, you shouldn't talk about likes. You should, and then I get a whole spiel on what I should do. So you know what I plan on doing all the time? Just put up good clips, do good work, and after a while it'll show. You know, we do get the stragglers that just like to come in and, you know how they do, just put the fangs in and siphon whatever they can and then get up out of there. But it's all good because the people that matter, that's always here, that's who I'm really here for. So just to make that clear for everybody. I want you guys to find out what happened about this off-duty FBI agent who pow-powed a neighbor in Stafford County. It seems to me that he was going a little above and beyond his job description and things that he should have been doing. A lot of times when we have like law enforcement or people that have weapons that are in security or in law enforcement, sometimes they overstep their boundaries. Sometimes they're helpful depending on what they're doing in the neighborhood. This is a bit confusing to me because there's like 3 situations going on at one time. Only thing I do know is that someone lost their life in this, and I wanted to bring it to you guys because it happened in Stafford County. Anybody know Stafford County? Let me know if you know anything about it. Right here, we got this FBI agent. Seemed as if he was home, but he was brandishing his pistol, and yeah, it didn't go too well. So let's get into this real quick. Off-duty FBI officer.
We also have new details tonight on the bizarre shooting death of a man in Stafford County where the sheriff's office says an off-duty FBI agent shot one of his neighbors during an incident last Friday night near the intersection of North Jenny Road and Crosscut Lane. The sheriff's office says 3 family members had assaulted members of law enforcement. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder spoke to 2 of those family members who tell a different story.
Starkly contrasting stories are emerging about what happened in the moments leading up to the shooting death of a 61-year-old man who apparently tried to help out local deputies during an incident in Stafford County Friday night. According to the Stafford County Sheriff's Office, an off-duty FBI agent who lives in the Stratford Place subdivision called deputies to report a man recklessly driving a dirt bike down the road. A neighbor's doorbell camera captured the sound of the bike. News 4 viewed arrest warrants publicly available in court, which say the off-duty FBI agent displayed a gun to the dirt bike rider. But the Sheriff's Office news release did not include any mention of the agent's gun at that point. According to the arrest warrant, the man on the dirt bike was 20-year-old Nico Vasquez. According to the Sheriff's Office, Nico left, went home, got his brother Angel and their father Javier, and they all returned to the area. The arrest warrant says the Vasquez family returned with the intention of confronting the agent and that the detective believed someone in the Vasquez family had a weapon. News 4 talked with Javier and Angel today. They declined an interview, but say that's not at all what happened.
But it's kind of hard to say it's not because these people weren't there. If you ever been in an incident before and somebody goes back, they leave and they say, I'm coming back. 9 times out of 10, they might have something on them, or the person that's even starting the fight is going to assume that they have a weapon on them. So they already were in defense mode when they came back. And then he came back with 3 people. So that wasn't good at all. Sometimes from what I've learned, if you get away, leave it alone and let somebody else deal with that. Somebody else could have came up the block right after that and would have dealt with that. Or the police could have just called them or whatever. Call the police on them. But now that you went over there, now you're inciting it, and now it can get into something that it should never have been. And sadly, the neighbors were SHOT because of this situation right here. Even if it was an FBI agent that was gung-ho, that was doing too much, we shouldn't be the ones that's getting caught up into the confrontation. And again, once you're able to leave somewhere, 9 times out of 10, don't go back because this is a possibility of something that can happen. A friend of mine one time, he was getting jumped and he got beat up. He went and got his brother. His brother came back, and when he went back, they pow-powed his brother. He felt terrible because he went and got his brother, and his brother's no longer alive anymore. So ever since that, going to get people was never a big thing to me.
Javier says when he heard a man dressed in plain clothes had pulled a gun on his son, He wanted to call police, but they didn't know exactly what road it happened on, so they went back to the area to confirm that location. And they say that as they arrived, they were cut off by an unmarked police cruiser and immediately questioned. The sheriff's office says during the deputy's initial contact with the Vasquez family, it turned physical. But the Vasquez family says it never turned physical, adding that while the deputy was facing them, they say the FBI agent was standing behind that deputy with his gun pointed at them. To this point, the Vasquez family say they were never arrested, never detained, but the FBI agent was the aggressor. A neighbor who was not involved with the incident tells News 4 they also viewed the agent as the aggressor throughout the incident. The Vasquez family says they were several feet away from the agent at the time of the shooting. On Saturday, the sheriff's office said that during a disturbance, a neighbor, 61-year-old Harold Chamberlain, quote, approached the scene and became involved. In a new news release issued today, the sheriff's office said, quote, this courageous resident rushed from his yard into the scene in an attempt to help the deputies, end quote. The Vasquez family says Chamberlain never came up to them and says it appears that Chamberlain was interacting directly with the FBI agent before he was shot. Clinton Brown was the victim's neighbor, and he says he wasn't home at the time of the shooting, but says that Chamberlain was a great guy.
You see somebody in trouble, you want to go help. I mean, it's kind of our nature. So I think that's what he was doing. It was sadly the wrong place, wrong time, the wrong person, you know, and that's what everybody's having a hard time with around here.
The Vasquez family were all detained and charged with multiple felonies. News 4 confirmed through court records that several of those charges have already been dropped, and the FBI agent has not been named nor charged.
That's crazy. He hasn't been named, of course, but he hasn't been charged. So yes, the explanation is everywhere. I see y'all comments down there. It don't make sense, right? 9 times out of 10, when it's a head scratcher, somebody lying. Yeah. That's what I'm taking from it. I think somebody lying. Christina said oh, you think it's over a dirt bike? I'm just lost on this story. Did he shoot the bike rider? That's what I mean. Like, what's going on about that part? About the bike? What's going on with that? So basically, this guy's riding a bike up and down the streets, whatever, making noise. The FBI agent comes out, brandishes his weapon, and then the son sees it or whatever. Then he goes and get his dad and come back. Next thing you know, pow, pow. Don't know what was going on like as they were talking or if they were, going back and forth. Only thing we do know is that it was reported that the FBI agent did have his pistol out while the police officers were talking to the family, which could say he was trying to cover the cops or make sure that they didn't do anything. You never know what his explanation is for something like that. Then we got Jamal Clayton. I appreciate your open common sense for no over-intellectual conspiracy theory antics. I just found you this morning. I'll be joining regularly from now on. Thank you, and I appreciate that you notice the content is that way. Because what we don't try to do is put our opinions on stuff. And if I do, the comment section is for that. And we can go back and forth because I'm not perfect and I don't always, I don't say everything the right way all the time. I'm not perfect. And that's basically how it is over here, y'all. But yes, the sad part about it is FBI agent was not charged, and now, 2 people have passed. So terrible thing, terrible.
So what actually happened, and who was the aggressor? News 4 submitted a FOIA request for a copy of the Sheriff's Office incident report, and we were offered this, a mostly blank page with 2 redactions.
We don't know what happened, and we would like to know. I think it would put everybody at ease.
Javier Vasquez told me that his son Nico should not have been riding his dirt bike on the street and admits that he believes his son should have absolutely been ticketed for that. But he says that he can't understand why an off-duty federal agent was allowed to have his gun drawn while local police were investigating a traffic incident and how all of that escalated into a Good Samaritan being shot and killed. News 4 has made multiple requests for an interview with the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. So far, nothing. Reporting in Staff.
And again, like they already reported, the FBI agent has not been charged and he has not been named. So they haven't even said what this guy's name is. So pretty bad. And as we were watching that, you see the little kid in the backyard, in the back, playing basketball, doing whatever. Just an innocent, could have just been a kid doing something he wasn't supposed to. Like the father said, give my son a ticket. He was wrong for riding a bike. But should it have come to this? I don't think it should have came to this, guys. I don't think it should have. That's why we brought the content to you. Jamal said, you know, every job position is held by an individual, of course. There's no excuse for this. Is the FBI agent under Trump area? He may be stressing about his job position and everything. Christina Shelton Burns said, this story is crazy. Jamal Clayton said, I blame it on Trump and Doge. All right, y'all. Y'all like the content? Because I know y'all ain't get that nowhere else. Let's go ahead and double tap that. Let's get those likes up. We're doing pretty good. We only need 8 more to get 80 likes. That's what I'm saying, y'all. When you strive and you keep on going and you keep on pushing, you will get what you want if you deserve it. I'm telling you. They throw the ball, keep on running. Don't stop. Don't knock down whatever you can. Try to get the ball and keep on doing what you got to do. Sometimes you're not going to get everything that you want to get, but it's the fight. And I always look at it like this. We're not going to get all the likes that we want, but guess what? There's tomorrow. There's greater content. There's another suit. There's another chance to get up and be here with you guys. So we going to keep it going because now I want to know what you guys think about. And it's a pretty fickle topic. I'm back and forth with it. Nope. I want to talk about the spending bill real quick. The GOP has unveiled a short-term funding bill. I don't think it's going to get passed because we don't have too much bipartisanship going on right now. But the GOP has introduced a possible spending bill. And if it's something that it makes sense to me, I would say let's do it. But a lot of times it's like this. If a Democrat made it, Republicans ain't gonna like it. If the Republicans made it, the Democrats ain't gonna like it. They can't even come together on stuff that has to do with children and food. So here's another situation right here. Do you guys think that this spending bill is gonna pass? I'm already gonna say no. I'm already just gonna say no right now.
Spending bill that, if approved, could avert a government shutdown.
Because we're trying to
It's a treasure for an actor to read this kind of stuff in this season. We're under tremendous threat.
Later this.
As you know, we are trying to avert a government shutdown because we're spending too much money. We just talked about that the entire show. So this is what this is about right here. But I hope that they're able to do something with it.
Week. President Trump expressing support for the bill. He's urging Republicans to unite and get the bill passed. Alex Bolton, senior staff writer with our partners at thehill.com, joining us from our headquarters in Washington, D.C. Alex, tell us more about the spending bill.
Good morning. The spending bill is a partisan spending bill, and it's already getting a pretty strong backlash from the Democrats. What it would do is it would increase defense spending by $6 billion, and then it would cut non-defense discretionary programs by $13 billion. Democrats typically want non-defense programs to go up by the same amount as defense programs. In addition, it would provide increased funding for border enforcement. It would provide more funding for deportations, more funding for veterans' health. And so this is a bill that's designed to try to get it through the House only with Republican votes. And that was President Trump's message to House Republicans yesterday. He said, we need unity. He said, this bill is good given the circumstances. He asked for no dissent in all caps in his message on Truth Social. So what the Republicans are trying to do is to pass this bill through the House without any Democratic votes in the hope that it'll put pressure on Senate Democrats to vote for it at the end of the week. If this bill does not pass, then we're facing a potential government shutdown starting at midnight on Saturday. Yep. And that means that key essential workers like TSA screeners, air traffic controllers, military personnel would be showing up for work, but without paychecks and not sure when they're going to get paid.
Nobody wants that. Alex Bolton, thank you so much.
And if you guys remember, this happened in the first term where the government was shut down for like, what was it? I don't remember how long, but yeah, it happened during the first term where the government was shut down. So we're really trying to avert something like that from happening. What you guys think about this right here? Tigress, with the Dem Party dissolving for no longer being funded by defrauding taxpayers, all the libs will be MAGA by default. What else you got? Gutter, Quan, this is theater. They just print paper. Yeah, they do. Because you know what I was saying about that, Quan? Think about it. wasn't 2 weeks ago they was talking about going down to Fort Knox to see if the gold was really there? I remember making that title. It's been crickets ever since then. So yeah, I haven't heard anything about that since then. Matthew Felty said, seems that he thought the FBI guy was threatening deputies. Okay. Gutter Kwan said they all on the same side. What else we got? Daniel Jamal, that's just outright silly and childish. You're just, okay, mad at your loss. Okay, what we got? Matthew Felty, 61 years old, Harold Chamberlain Jr., a Stafford resident, heard the commotion in front of his home and witnessed deputies attempting to get control of the several suspects in the roadway. Okay, that's what Matthew said. Blast Phantom Games said, nah, people responsible for their own actions. Real talk. Blast Phantom said, ooh, somebody was breathing heavy. I blame Trump. Natalie Georgievich said, smart not to comment without facts. This is in New York. Okay, no, it looked like it actually said Washington, D.C. It did. So I want to make sure, and again, I come to the comments because it's more people than me in the comments. And 9 times out of 10, if I give you guys some of the information, somebody in there will catch it and be like, nope, that's DC or that's this. So again, if it wasn't for the comment section, I wouldn't be here, because think about it. I'd be talking to my phone. People say, oh, why do you watch the bottom line? You guys can watch all these videos by yourself without Bugatti. Yeah, you can, but we don't got the community and the sections that we can all talk here and learn from each other. Again, I'm glad that happened, and the reason why we read these comments is so that we can explain the reasoning for the bottom line as well. Again, do me a favor, you guys, if you appreciate the content, let's double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. We're just trying to get to 80 today. We got about 100 and something likes. All we need is about, what, 3 more likes and we get up to 80, and I'm satisfied with that. Because right now, it's kind of crazy, but have you had trouble getting up this morning? Have you had trouble going to sleep last night? Do you find yourself waking up wondering what time it is, especially when it comes down to daylight saving time? If you had your choice, would the clock be set back or set forward? Or would we be changing the clock at all? Many people say they don't like daylight saving time because a lot of times in the morning when they're taking their children to school, it's very dark. Some people say that they have trouble driving in the dark. I understand that. I have trouble driving in the dark as well with astigmatism. So I understand that part as well. My thing to you is, how do you feel about it? If you had the choice, daylight saving times or no daylight saving times. Y'all ready? If you want daylight saving times, you put yes. If you don't want daylight saving times, just put no. I want to see your opinions. This is going to be fun for us. What do you guys, what would you rather have? Yes or no daylight saving time? They're trying to ask President Trump if he would step in and make it permanent that we get rid of daylight saving time. What we got here? Marielle, not at all. Tim Harsh said no. Marielle's like no. Jonathan McDavid said make a poll. Okay, how we make a poll? He said make a poll. You guys, that was a good idea. I don't know. I don't know how to make a poll, and I ain't trying to mess up because now y'all got me doing all types of crazy stuff with green screens and crap. Oh, I don't know what the hell I did. I'm sorry, y'all. I did a green screen for some reason. I don't know what happened. I don't know how to get it off. Okay, I did mute it. Okay, we unmuted now. Y'all just taught me something else. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm learning over here today. No sound now, boo. Muted. I'm back now though, right? I'm back. messed up and got the green screen on there and hit the mute button. Let me know if I'm back, y'all. Stop trying to get me to do stuff I don't know how to do. Let me get on this daylight saving time situation right here. And let me know what you guys think. I ain't trying to do no poll, buddy, until I learn how to do it. Let's go. Let's see, because they're trying to get Trump to be the one to decide if we get daylight saving times or not. I say leave it alone. I like the daylight saving time.
Get ready to spring forward because this weekend is daylight saving time. President Trump said back in December that he would work to eliminate the inconvenient and very costly time change. But this week, he struck a different tone.
When are you going to get rid of daylight savings time?
Okay, are you ready? So, this should be the easiest one of all, but it's a 50-50 issue. And if something's a 50-50 issue, it's hard to get excited about it. I assume people would like to have more light later, but some people want to have more light earlier because they don't want to take their kids to school in the dark. It's something I can do, but a lot of people like it one way.
When I posted on TikTok, that went from maybe a few hundred people knowing about my product to millions.
It's 50-50, like he said.
If it was not for TikTok,
It's
I can
50-50,
truthfully say
so what
that
do you do?
CPR rap would not be open today.
A lot of people like it the other way. It's very even.
Since it's a 50-50 issue, we wanted to know what you think about daylight saving. So
Yes, we want to know. Bugatti want to know, and the bottom line wants to know too. Not just their network, because me, I actually like it. It lets me feel like the winter's here, especially in New York when you have seasons like winter, spring, summer, fall. Yes, I like to set the clock back, and yes, it does throw me off a little bit, but it also helps me sometimes. I'm like, whoo, I got that extra hour, or I can sleep in a little bit. That's why I like the daylight saving times as far as I'm concerned. It lets me know that the summer's coming, like when it's time to switch it back. Oh, summertime's coming because it gets lighter earlier. So my personal opinion is I would leave it the way it is. Jamal Clayton said, all good, and there's nothing wrong with learning the new. Leo Costanco said, smash that like button, brothers and sisters. We got Matthew Felty that said, state issue. Toast Sniffers 187. In Tennessee, we got rid of daylight savings by law, but all state facilities still observe it. You know why the state facilities observe it? Because all other states observe it, and they have to be in sync with everybody as far as everything's concerned when it comes down to that, bro. That makes a lot of sense, though, Toast. Christina Shelton said he was shot on his right ear. Oh yeah, Donald Trump. Leo Costanco, let's help this brother out with 100 likes. Smash that like button, brothers and sisters. Rena Love said, yes, BS. I don't like the fact that it gets dark at 5 o'clock. Jamal said, don't trip. You'll figure it out as we progress day by day. Y'all taught me so much on this platform. Y'all have no idea. I don't wear hats because of y'all. These women were like, your hair is nice. Why do you wear that hat? Man, I threw that hat off so fast. I can't even find that damn hat. I'm going to be honest with you. When y'all tell me y'all like something, it's like this. And I'm going to give y'all a cheat code. I'm going to pull a punch right now. I'm going to take the gloves off. If somebody tell you that they like something about you, 9 times out of 10, you know, you want to do that to make yourself more appealing. Just like your wife, when you say, hey, baby, woo, I love you in that blue dress. Man, you don't think you might see that blue dress like 3 times that week? Because we like to get complimented. Who doesn't? Every one of us does. So it is what it is. But we're going to finish up on this story right here. Oh, by the way, I wear this for y'all. So that's why I asked for the likes. Because the suit, the clothes, I don't dress like this every day. I wear this for y'all. I noticed that we get different responses when I'm looking serious talking about the news versus when I'm in a sweatsuit talking about the news. Because now it's, oh, homie think he, you know, whatever. But I still like dressing regular because that's how I do dress. And I still did throw it off a little bit today with the gum bottoms, the Bruno Magli. So yeah, y'all, let's get the rest of this.
So we hit the streets to find out in this week's Talk of the Town.
No, I can't. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to watch your talk of the town when you're asking your people, boo. I want to ask my people. We got a lot of information already. We know what the majority of people are saying, and I've already saw it in the comments. A lot of people don't really care. We had one person say that they don't like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Me, I do like the daylight saving time. And by tomorrow, we'll learn how to do a poll and we'll get better. But like I always tell you guys, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, check out another video. This is gonna be your last chance to like because we're about to get up out of here. I'm about to go ahead and do the wrap up. So if you did like the content, do us that favor, not just me, the entire platform, our hosts, our co-hosts, Mary L, my homegirl Batty Lynn, Chad C. I got some real cool people up in here that I see all the time. Tim, Rebecca, brand new, been here for a minute. I want to give y'all some shout outs because I really appreciate you guys. And y'all been in here for a minute, especially the people that I remember. Rena, Natalie, Matthew. We got a lot of people that's been coming in a lot and really showing love to the station and the channel. And if it wasn't for you guys, there'd be no reason for me to come here at all. So I want y'all to know that. The love on the side, I be saying to myself, yo, you got to remember to thank those people that throw those hearts up. You got to also remember, mommy taught you better than that, boy. When somebody tell you look good in your outfit, get your thumb out your butt and you say thank you. You won't be acting all stuck up. So I want to tell you guys thank you. Because she ain't here right now, but I guarantee she'll find a way to if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So that's why I always live the way that I live. I don't just live for myself. I always try to create opportunities for other people. So that means this. Where we going at with it, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. In the description, $450 survey that you guys can take. See if you got a chance to win $450 right now. Take that survey. Let me know if you got it. I want to see a photo of you with that money, and I'm going to put it up in the post section the same way we got Batty Lynn up in there this week with that thermal blue with the puff print on, looking rather millionaire-ish, I gotta say myself. So yeah, I like to have a community going on here. I'm not trying to rip people off. We're in hard times right now. So what I want you guys to do is, you got a car wash? Are you a mechanic? Do you have a business? Do you do something on the side? If you do and you got a flyer, send it to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. It'll go up in the comment section. It'll go up in the post section so everybody can see it. I don't just create the platform for myself. I create it for us as well. So not only do you have a chance to make some money with the surveys every day, you also got a chance to send in your comments as well as your posts, your flyers or whatever like that. Until we get big, we're doing it for us and we're doing it for free. We're going to show those other people where they should be promoting that right here. So we're going to make sure that all your promotions, I don't care if you got a party going on, you're doing a barbecue, you want people to come through, send me that flyer. I'm putting it up in the post section so that we all can benefit from this channel, because without you, there is nothing. I ain't nothing without you. I would be talking to myself, and by now, police would be at my door. Because ain't nobody in there but me. So check this out, you guys. Like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We got some fantastic people in here. I love your content, and it helps me to get the show and to keep the show going. Also, last time I'm going to say it, check that description, because there's surveys in there where y'all can make some money. Some people got to have it. Yeah. Some people really need it. Oh, yeah. Good things, do things, bad things, baby. Get y'all money up. Take care of each other. I know it's rough out there, but guess what? We're going to live to fight another day because God got us here. Problems present opportunities. Please steal that from me. That means that, oh my God, I got so much problems. I don't know what I'm going to do. Guess what? You woke up this morning. Now, the only real problem you got is finding the solution to that problem. Other people, They didn't even have a chance to wake up this morning. So that's the blessing in itself. And with that being said, you guys, y'all already know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all already know what it is. Y'all ready? Get 'em!